right, Chief, tell us what's happening here.
So we were called to this area. It has a number of attempted breaking and enterings here around Johnson Road and also over here on Pascagoula Road. Suspect kicked in the door here on Old Pascagoula Road. Homeowner happens to be home when he kicked the door in. The suspect slammed the door shut and ran away. Officers were able to get into the area fairly quickly, pursued the subject, got into a confrontation with the subject, and they were ultimately able to take him into custody after having to tase him a number of times to try to gain compliance. He went into cardiac arrest. I don't know if it was a result of the tasing or not, but nonetheless, he was treated on the scene here by medical. He was transported to Providence Hospital, and so right now he's in critical condition, and so we're just making sure that we preserve the scene and making sure we do a thorough investigation because potentially, we have a subject that has life-threatening injuries at this point in time.
Were any officers injured?
None of our officers were injured. We're thankful for that. Again, we were able to take the subject into custody for the number of B&Es that he had committed in this area. And again, at the time that he was taken into custody, he had just kicked in the door 2 houses down, at least 1 house over from where he was actually confronted by our officers. We're just, again, we're just trying to make sure we gather evidence here on the scene because of the injury sustained by the suspect. As we get more information, we'll update you guys on the status of our suspect. Basically, we're just hoping that the suspect will be okay, and we're also hoping that we can solve these B&Es that have occurred in this area by this particular suspect. Also, it was indicated that the suspect may have been under the influence of some type of controlled substance because it took a number of officers to try to control him. Even after they took him into custody and handcuffed him, he was still somewhat resistant, and so potentially he was under the influence of some type of drug or medication at the time.
Do you know how many times he was tased?
At this time, I do not. I don't have a number on that. Again, that's why we're preserving our scene. We're doing everything that we would normally do when we have someone injured or potentially a officer-involved matter.
Are you releasing his name?
Too early to release his name right now, again, because of him being in the hospital and we haven't notified his family or anything.
Does he have an arrest history, a criminal history?
I haven't even looked at all of that right now. That's something we'll update with you guys later on this afternoon, but I don't have that information right now about his criminal history.
Any word of comfort to this area, to people around here? A lot of people are asking a lot of questions.
Well, I think the biggest thing of comfort that I'd like to maybe for the community in general is that, this subject was known to commit B&Es in this area, or has been identified as a subject that had been committing B&Es to vehicles and residents, and so we do have him in custody at this time. And so typically when we take someone into custody, it at least provides the community some level of relief for a period of time. So they can rest easy that right now knowing that we have taken him into custody.
Johnson Road, he committed some on Johnson Road?
There were a number of, earlier today, there were a number of attempted B&Es over in that area, and then of course from that area on over to this area here.
Can you at least tell us if he's a teenager or?
Again, because until we spoke to his family, I just don't want to give out any personal information on the suspect at this time.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Chief?
Just thank you guys for coming out, and just be patient. We will update you when we get additional information.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lord.